Today, I will be talking to you on artificial intelligence and its impact on the spiritual growth of a human being. To understand this, I'll first divide both the subjects separately, and first we will see what spiritualism is all about, and then parallelly we'll discuss about the artificial intelligence. And by then, I hope it will be self-evident for you whether artificial intelligence will have any impact on the spiritual journey of a human being or not. Now, if you see the core of all teachings since ancient times, all our scriptures have been harping on the fact that at the core of every human being is basically the divine. Call it soul, call it spirit, call it atma, or use any other terminology. So, if that be the case, if the in a way human being is a miniature version of the God, it is the energy which is coming from the core of the human being, that is spirit, which is enveloping the human being and with all the sensory perceptions, and it is creating an illusory world all around him. And spiritualism is all about how to break away from this illusion and realize one's own divine nature. So this is all spiritualism all about in a nutshell. We're not going into the details since this topic is something different. Now keep this aspect at the back of your mind. Now someone may say, where is the guarantee that this is what their scriptures are saying is true or not? Yes, very valid point. No one is asking you to believe it blindly. In fact, everyone should believe it only after the realization only, self-realization. So that's what yoga is all about. So many yoga systems and tantric systems have been developed to make a human being realize what his own nature is. And yes, only when one realizes starts realizing his own divine nature, then only he can start believing it. Of course, there's nothing to believe or anything. It will be self-evident thing thereafter. Okay, for time being, let's keep this thing aside and keep it at the back of your mind all the time. Now, if you see the world which is created all around a human being, uh, earlier I have also talked to you about the concept of parallel creations. One is at the individual level, one is at the collective level of mankind. If you see the at individual level, the energy which is coming out of the spirit, it is manifesting in grosser forms. First, it manifests as the intellect, human intellect, or we call it buddhi, and also it manifests as the egoism. Thereafter, it manifests as at conscious level, it manifests as the mind stuff, mind and with all its emotions and everything, the power to exercise free will and all that. And over that is the what we call it as the life, the sheet of life force. All the life forces which work within the body of a human being, they are manifested. And over this life force is the gross body of flesh and blood. And along with this creation, so many sensors have also been put inside the mind stuff, because of which we are able to perceive the elements outside. That is what basically earth element, fire element, water element, like wind element, and of course the ether element. And the, besides the ability to perceive the gross physical world around us, the mind is also been infused with so many other senses. You can say that the ability to see with the organ of eye, the ability to hear the sounds, like that. All the five senses which you are, must be aware of it. So therefore, the world which has been created around the spirit, or the world within which the spirit is, you can say that enslaved, That world itself is an extended reality for the spirit. The real nature of the spirit is something different. It is divine, supposed to be divine in nature. And the world in which it has been thrown into itself is an extended reality for the spirit. So there is nothing which we are creating anything special, uh, extended reality again. If at all we are creating the extended, so-called extended reality, comprising of the augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and all that stuff, is almost, you can say that it is a picture, like a picture in picture. As it is, we are living in a world of illusion, in a kind of extended reality as per the spirit is concerned. Now you have created further another reality within the reality. So therefore, when we say artificial intelligence, firstly, there is nothing artificial about it. It is as real as the physical world in which we all are living. And secondly, always remember, the so-called artificial intelligence has been created collectively by the collective effort of the mankind over a period of time. Just like we all have developed missions, same is the case. We have developed the artificial intelligence. So that means it has come out from the human intellect per se. It is a byproduct of the human intellect only. So something that has been produced from something else, it is always grosser in nature. That means artificial intelligence, whether it may evolve to any level, may it evolve to that super artificial intelligence level or general artificial intelligence level before that, whatever level it may evolve, per se it will always be gross when compared to the human intellect from which it originated. That is the thing to understand. Next, coming to the concept of the artificial intelligence one day taking over the mankind, why all this? For that, we can also use the similar analogies within our day-to-day life also. You know, many people who may be very intellectually brilliant, but they are being controlled by uh, people who are powerful, who are not that intelligent. This we see every day in the society. There is nothing strange about it. People who are intellectually very brilliant, they may be, but they are being controlled. They are being controlled by the, sorry, I will not name the professionals, but we have been seeing how they have been controlled by various sections of the society. So similarly, when artificial intelligence is being used, we are only trying to make ourselves comfortable, just like we have been using the machines to make our life easy, so that we are freed from so many things. We save on time, especially, and when the time is available to you, you can utilize it for your yoga practice, which is the primary purpose of human life. You get that much of time to reflect upon yourself, first of all. See, basically, when we say about extended reality, what we are doing here, we are basically trying to enhance the human perception or modify the human perception of the things around. They're being augmented, that they're being projected in a virtual world, like that. Same is the case in the spiritual journey of a human being also. Is as such is in an extended world of, call it Maya. So therefore, the awareness that it is all Maya is indeed the spiritual growth of the person. The awareness that the world around the human being is illusionary in nature makes that individual lose interest on these external things. And that's how the spiritual journey begins. And someone may ask, then, so what is the big deal about it? The, the implications are so profound. Probably you are missing that point there. Once the spiritual awareness develops in a person, it develops only when the mind becomes calm. When the mind becomes calm, the spirit starts realizing its own nature. And remember, originally the energy has come from the spirit only. So, as the spiritual awareness develops, as the mind becomes calm, the energy comes under the control of the spirit there. Then, with that, the entire physical phenomenon and the psychic phenomenon of that you observe and we hear about, it comes effectively under the control of the spirit. Because all the cosmos around you, or the physical reality which you are experiencing, is nothing but energy only. That same energy itself is coming when it comes under the control of the spirit. Now, what power there to control that human being now? Their power is not separate. Power is all same. Cosmic power, whether it is human intellect, whether it is your mind, whether the physical power which we see or experience around us, like electricity, nuclear power, or all that, magnetism and all that, or maybe even the artificial intelligence. The power is same. Therefore, artificial intelligence doesn't have a separate existence, a dual existence. That you got to understand this. It is part of the human intellect only. Therefore, in such a scenario, there is no need to worry about it or fear about it. Use it whatever one would like to use it for, but only precisely based on the necessity. If one starts to experiment with it, starts to use it for its intellect, its amusement, then maybe yes, the artificial intelligence may sort out the ego of the person also one day, or maybe sort out the ego of groups of people, or maybe collectively also to some level, so that the human beings get a knock on the door. The knock is given by the God. Guys, what you are all up to? What you have been up to? I've sent you onto the planet Earth for a different reason. See, if you see wherever in any land spiritualism is degenerated, or the spiritual awareness of the population has gone down, that is generally the situation when all natural disasters take place, like earthquake, cyclone, tsunamis, and all that. I'm not saying this. This has been said by so many yogis, and I'm quoting the words of Swami Vivekananda only, none other than him only. Wherever the spiritualism goes down in any part of land, there these natural disasters generally they start manifesting. That is the God's way of giving knock on the door to that particular population, so that they start going internal instead of focusing on the external world. So similarly, if artificial intelligence has to evolve at some point in the time in future, and some kind of a disaster takes place, that is also for the good only. So therefore, no need to fear about it. So that's all I wanted to speak to you, because of this so much of news all around us nowadays regarding the perils of artificial intelligence and all that. There is no need to fear. Use it for your own spiritual growth only. That's all I want to talk to you about today.